Hello, trading has closed on February 27th, 2024. We always do our disclaimer first. We go over our calls and then we make some predictions. It's my trading plan for tomorrow, February 28th, 2024. Please remember I can change my plan. My plan can be wrong. Any trade you make should be made at your own risk. Also, if you want to order my webinar on the MEJT system, I need a Gmail address. Look for the pattern with the early high, that's this. We had some higher targets. We said there was an increased chance they wouldn't work, and they didn't. We also said we should be in the early stages of a sizable decline, but until we see more conviction on the downside, we could fail. Well, everything is all set up according to the numbers we've been waiting for a long time for a big drop. So far, I'm not seeing a big drop. I'm just seeing a consolidation. Today we closed essentially unchanged, under 0.25%. So when that happens, I just repeat my call. I mean, we have all the things we need to have a big drop, but I haven't seen the big drop, and the longer we go consolidating instead of dropping, the less happy I am staying with a counter trend trade. Now we do have a lower target for tomorrow, 5066.15, and if we don't gap up smartly, that'll be what the system calls for. But the 5091.48 target is still alive until early tomorrow. And when you have a higher target and a lower target, the system doesn't say which one comes first. If you're going to play it, I usually wait for one, then go for the other. But right now, it just gives targets. It doesn't give entries. We got a buy signal early in the day. The drop is called false, and eventually that played out. This drop is also called false, and that played out. But now it says this move is false, and we're going to retrace. Don't forget, we still have the higher target. Well, I still think that's a valid count, but that doesn't mean we can't go up tomorrow. We could just be forming a diamond here. It could take us higher. We could have an expanded flat. There's nothing in Elliott's rules that says you can't take out this high. I'd be a lot happier if we didn't. But so far, this isn't the type of precipitous drop I was hoping to see. Now that could all change tomorrow. I mean, here's a diamond, and could have a straight line drop, and it's still tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know how it'll open. But I just don't like sitting with counter trend moves too long. And we're still under 50.87 where I thought the high would be, but we went past it a bit, and this is a cause for concern for me. Now, this was Friday's all-time high, which should be revisited at some point. Here's Monday. We dropped, hit a lower low. It wasn't a gap down, but we dropped, hit a lower low, recovered all these lows, all these highs, but we still haven't recovered these highs we hit Monday, and we haven't recovered many lows. So for right now, it's just backing and filling, and the negative implications of this reversal remain, but I'm pretty uneasy about the fact that we just haven't dropped. And the longer we go without dropping, the less confident I'm going to be that the idea is right. The ideal situation would be to gap under this low and erase all this recovery. And that's entirely possible. But again, I don't like staying with counter trend trades very long. They either work or they don't. Well, Wednesday's pattern has the early low regardless of where we open. There is a lower target, 5066.15. Unless we get up smartly, the rules say it prints. We still have a 5091.48 target. It's still in this preferred time frame till early morning tomorrow and the system doesn't tell us which one comes first. Of course, the target can fail to print in this referred time frame, but right now we have both active higher and lower targets. The remaining area we've identified as a possible high, but until we start down with conviction, the call for lower price that remains counter trend, and much higher prices should be coming at some point. I just don't like sticking with counter trend trades very long. I don't care if I miss a winner, I just don't like taking losers. If we gap down under today's low, it might be worth taking a short position if I can get a good entry price, and if not, I want a clearer signal than I have now. Usually don't really carry these things overnight without a clear signal, and that's not as clear as I'd like because you have higher and lower targets. Everything still works for this being a top, which has to drop in a major correction, but it doesn't break any rules if we overtake this high first. It's sure too risky for me to try something overnight. If I did that very often, which I don't. And the ideal situation for a bear is to gap under this low. And if we do that, there might be a place to get short again. But if not, nothing stops us trading up tomorrow, even if I think the elements are there for the correction. We just aren't seeing it, and it's just a question of how long you want to wait around for it. So it's the pattern with the early low tomorrow. I know I've got a great plan. If we undercut this with a gap down, I'll look for a place to go short. If we trade up, these targets should print at some time, as should this one. And entries and exits aren't really clear to me at this point. And that's today's call.